Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Just breathe. It's going to be okay. Leave it on the field and move on. If you're doing a job and good enough is good enough for you, you're 100% going to live with regret in your life. Pretty sure of that. Why do I say such things? So, when you're doing something like with your kids, what parents really don't talk about is like you really are doing your best. And sometimes it's not enough. Your kids do crazy things, life gets complicated, and you have to move through it. But as a parent, when you do move through it and you realize you're doing your best, you don't live with regret. You're like, okay, I did that. All right, so that's the best we could do. It didn't really work out. Okay, so what could we make of this? Like, how do I turn this into a good situation? And that's a life lesson that I think we should be taking to all aspects of what we do. One of the reasons why I'm generally so happy is I do my best in the thing I'm doing that's directly in front of me, and to the capabilities I have in that moment. And if it doesn't work out, I'm like, dang, all right, I learned a really good lesson on how not to do that, right? But oftentimes it does work out. Say maybe between 40 and maybe 55% of the time it works out, which is pretty good for startups. And you start to realize you're like, okay, so maybe what I need to do is to help others realize that living with regret is definitely not positive. I see no benefit there. But there's a benefit to saying, well, what's causing my regret? And if one of the things that's causing that is I'm not putting all of myself into what I'm doing, well, then you're not leaving it on the field. I've lost in sports, right? I've won in sports. But when I lost and I thought about it the next day, I was like, all right, that sucked. All right, well, what could we have done better? And I'm like, well, we really tried our best. You're like, we just played a better team. Okay, cool. Next time you play, we got a different strategy, all right? And life is that way. It's about evolving, and it's about constantly trying new approaches to get better at it. But if your approach doesn't have your heart in it, it's fundamentally not there. So if you're doing stuff and good enough is good enough, that's not enough. So put yourself into it. Next thing you're doing, go to failure. Working out, right? Well, raising kids, you have to do that. But in business, in love, like go to the end, see what happens. And if it doesn't work out, take solace in the fact that you did your best. Because guess what? You can do it better next time.